Welcome back to another episode of the Calm Mind, Better Results podcast. It's your boy Make-A-Wish here. And as I was saying in my last one, how I'm talking about start make some slow transitions over, do something a little more different in regards to this channel. Here's something here that's very important you to hear. Here's something here that's very important for you to hear. There we go. Make sure you get the E's and the A's with that. Alright? So, I was recently talking to a colleague of mine. We go a colleague, friend, associate, some person in the elevator, in the Walmart, I don't know. Something, I forget. All I know is they were telling me that all they gotta do to make things better for themselves is hit the lottery. Hit that jackpot, hit that Powerball. Run into some big inheritance or something, life-changing money that's going to make everything better for them. All right? Excuse me. I let this just sink in for you guys for a second. So with that being said, that conversation ended well. Hopefully the person took that, what I said to heart, because I'm about to tell you guys the same exact thing with just a lot more detail, because I got a lot more time than the elevator at Walmart that I was talking to the person in, you know? So you guys have heard the term before, more money, more problems. If not, go back and watch, listen to Biggie back in like 98, something like that, I don't know. Is it 98? I don't know, I'm not even sure. But more money, more problems, all right? This is one of the biggest misconceptions in life. A lot of people like to understand. They really do believe that, because more often than not, I'm talking to people here who have, let's say, middle to low income, or have a high amount of debt in general, because life has brought you a large amount of debt. Because doing the American dream pathway style stuff, you're likely to run into this situation unless you are one of the people who actually maintain the right way of doing things to have an easier life. Paying your bills down, don't accumulate too much debt, pay cash for everything, don't have credit or some of that job or jazz. I don't believe none of that right there to say, by the way. But don't believe all of that. But this guy's killing me. I gotta get past him. I gotta make sure I pay attention so I can speed burst past them quick. Like I was saying, in that regard, a lot of people find themselves in this current day and age, especially right now with the student loans about to come back in full effect. If you guys weren't ready for that, that's coming up in I don't like dating these things too much, but since you're gonna always see in information, like 2 weeks in October 2023. Alright, so if you aren't ready for that student loans, you're about to get back with another big lump sum of money that's going out to the feds for a bit. They feel that if you have that money, if you have that large amount of money, your life's going to change. That is the issue. A lot of people, if you aren't aware of this, a lot of people who run into, let's say, big jackpots or something like that, something big life-changing in their life like that. Yeah, just jackpots, lottery. A lot of people, they're on the show, the big cash, the big checks. Can't get the word out. Got the big checks. They're saying like $1.3 million, something like that. Something that their $23,000 a year annual job wasn't able to afford for them. They now come up with this crazy amount of money. Now they're able to take care of the debt, all the good stuff. Everyone starts off strong. They pay some debt down, whatever. Maybe buy a house or two for the mom and the dad, or the parents, or the brothers, or the kids, or some of the job and jazz, or something like that, right? And then they're sitting on the rest of this bit of money. And they don't know what to do with it. So what do they do typically? Spend and buy a lot of things that are outside of their typical lifestyle of being able to afford. Here we go. Speed boost, woo! I heard hurry up before I get hit by other cars coming. Alright, here we go. We're fine now. So, like I was saying, because that's one of the things a lot of people do. When they get access to money, when they didn't have money before, they like to buy more lavish things to increase their likelihood of having more of a fantastic lifestyle. And I'm not going to say at one point in time I was really fixated on that as well too. Not the point of having like a $500 a month car payment and not good for my rent. Not like that, you know. But still have that big Range Rover or whatever the fuck it is. But people who do that kind of stuff, they get that large amount of money, and even though they paid off the debt that was tripling them for life, the medical bills and all the good shit they ever had, now they have this money, and now they start buying and go buy a crazy large mansion, buy 4 or 5 Porsches, Bugattis. There you go, boom, there you go. Buy 3 or 4 Bugattis. I couldn't think about a really expensive car. But you go buy a few Bugattis, shit like that, with a new 18 bed, 37 bath house mansion on a yacht, with their own private lot, buy a jet plane, shit like that, right? And then what happens is that they overextend themselves and they find themselves right back to being broke shortly thereafter. Because what happens is a lot of people, not saying that you're one of the people who do so, or you might be tempted to do so, is that they actually don't have a proper plan in place, or don't have a proper thought process about how to actually spend money. So when you get access to a lot more money, we had little money, people tend to go crazy. And then what happens is, like I said, they buy a whole bunch of things lavishly outside the typical lifestyle bankroll, and then when the money starts running dry because they spent all the money on things that are liabilities and pleasure seeking and bringing a lot more joy and benefit to them at the short term, they don't have anything else coming in to sustain that lifestyle. And that's one thing a lot of people feel and understand, that if you're going to go from where you're currently at, struggling in life with your bills, like I said, no matter if you're making $400 a week, I'm trying to think of the current rates, like $4 to $5 a week gross, or making $2,000 a week gross net, $2,000 a week net. Okay, if you're still spending to the point to where you're literally living paycheck to paycheck, where if you would lose your job, you won't be able to function. You're spending a month and a half time, then you are in this boat. You have the incorrect mindset of how to spend money and what to do with your money and how to get more money coming in for yourself. So it's a possibility that you might also be in a similar situation too. Like I said, even though you have access to more money, if your mind's not ready to actually accommodate for that new lifestyle change, all you're going to do is cause more problems for yourself. Because now, instead of you having the issue of having people knock your door asking for $600 to $800 of backed up rent, or your car being cut off because you need to pay your $200 for the 2 weeks for your paying your car, or your rental car, or whoever you got it from, right? If you are that kind of person, you're going through those kind of problems where you have issues like that now, you run to a whole bunch of money, there's a huge possibility that when you have that money, you're going to do the same thing again, just at a higher scale. So where now, instead of that mortgage payment being, or the rent being $600-700 a month, that's now going to be like $7,000 a month. And that car payment, unless you borrow cash, it's going to be like, because even though you got all the money, your credit still might not be right. And just because your credit ain't right, doesn't mean they're going to start giving you these great, big, easy payments, because your credit is now automatically great because you have a whole bunch of cash. It's not how it works. And chances are you might not buy cash anyway, because of the fact that, the mindset you try to have. But those kind of things are there, things you have to consider, okay? Even though you will now have this money that is now changing your life, you have to spend it in a way to where you're actually able to sustain yourself and not bring yourself back to the same problems you had at a higher scale. That's one of the biggest things. So even though I said the more money, more problems, that actually is a multiple situational thing. Actually, I'm not going to get into that right now. With the more money, more problems in regard to, businesses, that kind of stuff. That's a whole other line of thinking there. But that's the one thing that I wanted to make sure that you have that even if you think about this, or you're one of the people who are hoping and wishing to get that incredible amount of money to change your life, that you have to be aware that you are still in danger of having more issues. Because I forget the actual number itself for the amount of jackpot winners off the lottery who, after 5 years' time, are bankrupt or broke in the worst situation they were before they won the money in the first place. That's why one of the reasons, I say that's not one of the reasons, a reason why people tend to not announce they actually may hit the jackpot, win a bunch of money, is a lot of people will come ask for money. That's obviously something I gotta worry about. But that's I'm going off topic there, completely off topic. More money, more problems. Like I said, the biggest thing that you want to change, if you are thinking about doing something or hoping and wishing to get more money at a faster rate than what you currently get right now, be aware that you are going to have to do something about your mindset. So, actually, perfect here. This is one thing you want to do, okay? This is actually a very good thing you want to do. If you're currently playing the lottery, you're hoping to hit it big, all right? And you feel that your time's coming up, or if it isn't, it doesn't matter. What you should be doing now in the meantime is start working on your mindset about how you handle money. Start working on paying down your debt. Start working on managing your bills right. If your payments are constantly being late, start getting them onto a regular payment schedule, actually paying them beforehand if you can. That's another step. That's advanced steps of paying bills. Don't just pay them don't pay them on the day they're due, pay them beforehand. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. But start working on kind of small mindset things, because what's gonna happen? One thing that happens, you're gonna cripple yourself and put yourself in a horrible situation. Like, if it's just you, it may not be as bad. But if it's you, your kids, your wife, your husband, your whole family, everyone coming up at the same time, you're gonna buy a whole city block and change everything, have everyone in your family have a house or a big compound, something like that. Those kind of things. When the money runs dry, who's gonna take care of that? It's always better to get those kind of money, get large amounts of money and invest it into some kind of asset, so that you're bringing money back to yourself to help sustain something of some liquidity, so that you actually can function at a higher bracket and lifestyle tax bracket. There we go. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to find some other ways to say this stuff, but this one is actually just kind of beating it a little too rough now. And honestly, that's more than enough for now. I'm actually gonna leave this one off here. But like I said, there's no one thing you understand. It's not about the quick come up and taking care of your business and debt. Because a lot of people say that. Oh, that right there, another thing. A lot of people say that very often, that the plan is, if they hit the lottery, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, and they're gonna do that. All right? That's very, very immediate, short-term plans. What's next? Like I said, the story from the very beginning I began with, the person was doing that kind of stuff, but then they were sitting on all that money. What are you gonna do with that money from there? Invest into what? What kind of investment do you want? What kind of investment do you think would like to take care of yourself for the rest of your life? Something you're actually really interested in, or something that you were pursuing to think about doing, some kind of career or something? Because probably more often not, a lot of people will quit their jobs, and now as you quit your job, there's no more income coming in. So what's going to satisfy you? Are you going to live with that money the rest of your life, or are you going to have something bringing you money in, so you need to constantly not worry about what's coming in to feed your household income? You know, a couple of things you got to think about, especially if you're one of the, I want to say, 87.3% people in America who are drowning in debt and hoping for that big change. Because more money, more problems. I can almost guarantee you, if you don't have a plan and don't have the right mindset, that you're going to have more problems than what you currently have right now, at a higher scale than what you ever could fathom before, okay? So, that one being said, everyone, we're going to change the world one person at a time, starting with you. Make a wish. Out.